Have you ever been in his arms? Maybe after a long day when you finally get that moment together, the world goes quiet, his chest is pressed against yours, and you can feel his warmth surrounding you. And in that exact moment, you wonder, what could I say right now that would make him never want to let me go? What could I say that would make me unforgettable in his mind, the kind of woman he could never look away from? Because here's the truth, every man can be attracted to beauty, but what makes him stay, what makes him commit with his whole heart is when you give him an experience that no other woman ever gives him. And that experience doesn't come from grand gestures, expensive outfits, or trying to be someone you're not. It comes from words. The right words spoken at the right time. Think about it, when he's holding you, his guard is down. That's the one moment he's not playing the role of tough guy or provider or the one who has it all figured out. In that moment, it's just him, the real him, pressed against the real you. And if you know what to say in that instant, you don't just touch his body, you reach into his soul. And ladies, that's where loyalty is born. That's where devotion begins. Not in the bedroom alone, not on Instagram likes, not in fleeting moments of passion, but in those quiet whispers when your words wrap around his heart as tightly as his arms wrap around your body. So today, I'm going to give you something powerful, the exact kind of words to say when he's holding you that will make him feel so safe, so desired, so irreplaceable that the thought of looking at another woman won't even cross his mind. Because the truth is, men don't stay for the prettiest woman in the room. They stay for the woman who makes them feel something they can't find anywhere else. And that something begins the second you learn how to speak to him in those moments when his arms are around you. Ladies, let me tell you something most women don't realize about men. For all the bravado, the confidence, the tough exterior, men are just as hungry for safety as we are. Yes, you heard that right. Men, those big, strong, confident beings, crave a place where they don't have to perform, where they don't have to carry the world on their shoulders, where they can simply exhale. And here's where it gets really interesting. When a man is holding you in his arms, that's the one moment he's giving you access to that vulnerable part of him. He's not at work, he's not competing, he's not on stage, he's just a man with you. And if you know how to speak into that moment, you instantly become the woman who gives him something no one else ever does, the feeling of being safe, grounded, and at peace. Now you might be wondering, okay, Matthew, but what do I actually say? It's simple. Whisper something like, I feel so safe when I'm with you. You see, this isn't just about comfort. This is about identity. Men are wired to want to be your protector. It's in their psychology. The moment you tell him that his arms make you feel safe, you're confirming that he's fulfilling one of his deepest masculine instincts. You're not just complimenting him, you're validating his purpose. And when a man feels that his presence gives you peace, he's going to want to stay right there forever. Now, here's the magic. This doesn't make you weak. A lot of women are afraid to say something like this because they think it will come off as needy or dependent. But actually, it does the opposite. When you, as a strong, independent woman, lean into his arms and choose to show him that you feel safe with him, it makes him feel chosen, desired, important. You're not saying you can't survive without him. You're saying, of all the places I could be, this is where I feel at home. Think about the difference that makes in his mind. Most women compliment men on surface things. You look handsome, you're strong, you're funny. And while those things are nice, they're forgettable. But when you say, I feel safe with you, it hits deeper. It goes beyond ego and straight into his emotional DNA. It tells him, you give me something that no one else can. And let me tell you, once a man associates himself with your safety, he doesn't want to risk losing that role. He won't go chasing validation from other women because none of them will give him that same grounding feeling you do. Every other woman might offer attention, but you're the one who offers sanctuary, and sanctuary always wins over temptation. Now here's a little pro tip, don't just say it flatly. Make it sensual. Lean into his chest, let your voice soften, and almost whisper it like a secret. Oh, mem, I feel so safe when I'm in your arms. Do you see the difference? The tone makes it powerful. It's not a statement, it's an intimacy. And in that intimacy, you're giving him both strength and tenderness. You're telling him, I trust you with me. And trust is the one thing men will fight to the death to keep. When he feels that you've given him your trust, he'll guard it, protect it, and honor it because it's rare. So remember this the next time he's holding you. Don't underestimate those few seconds. They're golden. And if you use them right, if you let him know that his arms are your safe place, you won't just make him smile for the moment. You'll etch yourself into his mind as the woman who made him feel something the world never could, peace. And once you've given a man that peace, trust me, he'll never want to let it go. Now let's talk about something every man secretly craves, but will almost never admit out loud: admiration. Men might act like they've got it all together, but underneath the surface, they're constantly asking themselves, am I enough? Am I strong enough, capable enough, desirable enough? And while society tells men they should never show those insecurities, trust me, they feel them. And this is where you, as his partner, have a superpower. Because in those moments when he's holding you, you can feed that craving in the most subtle, powerful way imaginable. All it takes is one whispered line, like, I love how strong your arms feel around me. Ladies, let me break down why this line works like magic. First, you're not just giving him a random compliment. You're attaching his physical presence to your emotional experience. You're saying, it's not just that you have strong arms, it's that your strong arms make me feel something. That's the difference between a compliment that goes in one ear and out the other, and a compliment that sears itself into his memory. Second, you're tapping into his masculine identity. Men have been conditioned since boyhood to believe their value lies in their strength. Physical strength, emotional strength, financial strength. When you highlight his strength in the way he holds you, you're essentially telling him, you're my rock. You're the one who makes me feel secure. And for a man, that's intoxicating. But here's the key, it has to be subtle. If you say it like you're reading off a script, or wow, your arms are strong, it won't work. It feels hollow. The secret is to let it slip out naturally, almost like you couldn't help but say it. Lean into his chest, exhale softly, and let the words flow. God, I love how strong your arms feel. That tone, that softness, it makes it real. And let's be honest here, it's sexy. Men want to feel desired, and nothing communicates desire more than you responding to his body. It's not about being shallow, it's about being connected. When you show him that his physical presence excites you, it sends a powerful message. I don't just love who you are, I want you. Now, here's where most women miss the mark. They think admiring a man's strength means focusing only on his muscles or his body. But strength is so much more than that. Yes, you can tell him how safe his arms make you feel, but you can also admire the way he shows strength in his actions. For example, when he handles a stressful situation calmly, whisper. The way you take control, it's so sexy. When he's carrying something heavy, say with a playful grin, I love how easily you do that. It's so manly. When he stands up for you or supports you, let him know, I love how strong you are for me. See how this works. You're not just admiring his body, you're admiring the essence of his strength. And when he sees that you notice it, he feels 10 feet tall. Here's the psychology behind it. Men don't just want to be loved, they want to be looked up to. They want to feel like the hero in your story. Not because you can't survive without them, but because you make them feel like they bring something special to your world. And let me tell you this, when a man feels admired by you, he stops needing admiration from anyone else. Why? Because you've already filled that void. You've already given him what his ego and his heart are craving. So when another woman comes along and tries to flatter him, it won't even compare. He won't be tempted because he already has his biggest fan, you. So here's your takeaway. Admiration is not about flattery. It's about connection. It's about noticing him, appreciating him, and letting him know, sometimes with just a whisper, that his strength doesn't go unnoticed. And the beauty of it is this: once you admire his strength, he'll turn around and use that strength to love you harder, protect you deeper, and hold you tighter. So the next time his arms are wrapped around you, don't just enjoy the moment. Lean in, let your lips brush his ear, and tell him, I love how strong you feel when you hold me. Watch his grip tighten. Watch his eyes darken with desire. And watch how in that moment, every other woman in the world disappears, because you've given him what no one else can, the gift of being admired, not just for how he looks, but for how he makes you feel. Here's the truth most people never talk about. Men aren't just afraid of losing sex, beauty, or excitement. What they're really afraid of losing is the rare woman who makes them feel something they can't feel anywhere else. Because here's the reality. Attraction is everywhere. temptation is everywhere. But emotional connection, that's rare, that's gold. That's the thing that makes him sit back, look at you and think, I could spend the rest of my life with this woman. And this is exactly why, when he's holding you close, you need to use that moment to highlight the emotional bond between you two. All it takes is a simple, powerful line, "No one makes me feel the way you do." Now, I know that sounds small, but let me unpack why this sentence hits like lightning in a man's mind. First, it speaks to exclusivity. Men know women can find many guys attractive. They know they're not the only ones with muscles, charm, or ambition. But when you tell him that he makes you feel a certain way that no one else can, suddenly he feels irreplaceable. You've told him he's not just another man. You've told him he's the man. Second, shifts the focus away from surface level attraction and dives into emotional resonance. You're not saying you're hot or you're fun to be around. You're saying you touch me on a level no one else has ever reached. And when a man hears that, goes straight past his ego and lands in his soul, think of it like this: men compete all the time. They compete in their careers, in the gym, in their social lives. They're used to trying to prove they're better than the next guy. But what they really want isn't to win the competition. It's to feel like they're in a league of their own in your heart. And by highlighting the emotional bond, you give him that. You tell him there's no competition. You already won. Now here's how you can play with this in real life. The next time he's holding you, maybe you're lying in bed, maybe you're dancing in the kitchen, maybe it's just after a long hug, you lean in, brush your lips softly against his neck and whisper, "I don't know what it is about you, but no one makes me feel this way." Notice how this isn't a statement of logic, it's a statement of emotion. You're not trying to explain it, you're not analyzing it, you're simply surrendering to it. And when you surrender to that feeling, it gives him permission to do the same. And here's the psychological magic: men fall in love when they realize you bring them emotions they can't find anywhere else. If you only bring him fun, he'll find fun somewhere else. If you only bring him sex, he can be tempted by that too. But if you bring him a unique cocktail of safety, desire, admiration, and emotional resonance, he'll never find that combination again. That's why emotional bonding is the ultimate loyalty lock. Let me give you an example. Imagine two women. One tells him he's handsome, funny, and great in bed. Nice, right? Feels good, but forgettable. The other woman looks at him during a quiet moment and says, "You make me feel things I've never felt before. It's like I've known you forever, but you still surprise me." Which woman do you think he'll lie awake thinking about? Which one will live rent free in his mind? Exactly. So here's your takeaway. Never underestimate the power of letting a man know how uniquely he touches you. Not just physically, but emotionally. Because when you highlight the emotional bond, you're telling him you're not just the man I'm with. You're the man I can't imagine being without. And that, my friend, is the secret to making him hold you tighter, kiss you deeper, and think to himself, why would I ever look anywhere else when I already have everything right here? Ladies, listen carefully. This point is a game changer. If there's one thing that keeps a man loyal, it's not just love, it's desire. See, a lot of women make the mistake of giving a man comfort but forgetting to give him passion. They make him feel safe, but they forget to make him feel wanted. And while men need to feel respected and admired, what really burns into their heart is knowing that you want him just as much as he wants you. Here's the secret: that men don't just want to be loved. They want to be craved. They want to feel like you can't get enough of them. And when you're in his arms, when he's holding you tight, that's the perfect moment to ignite that spark with one simple line: "I love the way you hold me. It makes me want you even more." Do you feel the difference? You're not just saying you enjoy his embrace, you're tying it directly to your physical and emotional desire for him. You're letting him know that his touch doesn't just comfort you, it turns you on. Now, let's break down why this matters so much. From the time he's a teenager, every man is conditioned to chase desire. He's told his value is in how much women want him. And as he grows older, he begins to fear one thing above all: becoming invisible to the woman he loves. That fear is what drives men to look elsewhere when they don't feel desired at home. But here's where you can flip the script. If you're the one constantly showing him that his touch excites you, that being close to him makes you melt, he won't need to go anywhere else for that feeling, because he's already getting the validation he craves from the only woman who truly matters. And here's the beauty of it: you don't have to be over the top. Desire doesn't always have to look like lingerie and candles, though that's fun too. Sometimes it's as simple as a soft moan when his arms wrap tighter, a smile when you look up at him and whisper, "You have no idea what you do to me." It's about letting him know that his presence moves you, that his touch affects you, that he's not just another man in your life, he's the one who ignites something deep inside you. Think about it this way: when you tell a man you love him, it warms his heart. When you tell a man you admire him, it strengthens his ego. But when you tell a man you want him, it awakens his masculinity in the most primal way. It tells him, "I'm not just here because I need you, I'm here because I can't get enough of you." That's why this step is so powerful. You're not just making him feel safe, you're making him feel irresistible. And once a man feels both safe and irresistible in your arms, he's done. No other woman can compete with that combination. Here's a little technique you can use when he's holding you. Let your body respond. Relax into him. Tilt your head slightly so your lips brush against his ear, and say softly, "Oh, I love the way you're holding me right now. It makes me want you so badly. Watch what happens next." His arms will tighten, his breath will catch, his entire energy will shift, because in that one sentence, you've told him he's not just your protector, not just your safe place. He's your passion, your fire, your craving. And remember this: that men don't stay where they're simply tolerated, they stay where they feel desired. So when you let him know that his presence doesn't just comfort you, but consumes you, you're giving him something no one else can replicate. Because sure, another woman might catch his eye, but she won't make him feel like you do. She won't make him feel like every time he touches her, he's wanted, needed, and adored. That's the power you have when you make him feel desired. So don't hold back. Don't just let him hold you, let him know how much that hold makes you crave him. Because when a man feels that kind of desire radiating from you, he'll never want to let you go. Here's something every woman needs to know, Vi. Men don't commit because of where they are. They commit because of where they see themselves going. It's not enough for him to feel good in the moment. It's not enough for him to feel desired, safe, or admired. Those things keep his heart locked on you today. But what makes him stay loyal tomorrow, next month, next year is the vision of a future with you that excites him, that pulls him forward, that makes him think, "I want more of this forever." And the most powerful time to plant that seed, when he's holding you close, that's the moment he's vulnerable, open, and connected. That's when his guard is down and his heart is listening. And if you whisper something like, "I can't wait to build more memories like this with you," you've just done something extraordinary. You've taken the sweetness of the present moment and stretched it out into forever. Let's break down why this works. Men are vision-driven. They think in terms of progress, a purpose, and legacy. They don't just want to feel good now. They want to believe they're moving towards something meaningful. When you tie your presence to his vision, you become more than just a girlfriend or partner, you become part of his story. And once he sees you as his future, other women stop being options. But here's the key: it has to feel light, playful, and genuine. If you say, "So, when are we getting married?" while he's holding you, that might trigger pressure, not connection. But if you simply sigh against his chest and say, "I love this, I can't wait to have more nights like this with you," it feels natural, it feels sexy, it feels like an invitation, not an obligation. And ladies, this is powerful psychology, because when a man begins to picture a future with you, his brain literally rewires. He stops seeing you as just someone he's with now and starts investing in the idea of what you'll both share down the road. He starts thinking about trips, adventures, milestones, and yes, even commitment. Think about it this way: people don't stay at a restaurant just because the food was good tonight. They stay because they believe the next meal will be just as satisfying or better. The same goes for relationships. If he believes that being with you means endless, beautiful moments, endless intimacy, why would he look anywhere else? Now, let me give you a few ways to phrase this in the moment so it feels authentic to you. "I love being in your arms." "I can't wait to have more nights like this." "This feels so good, I hope we get a million more moments like this." "You know what I love? thinking about all the memories we still get to make. See how simple that is? You're not pressuring him, you're inspiring him. You're showing him that being with you isn't just about this moment, it's about every incredible moment that's coming next. And here's a little secret. Men are not as scared of commitment as everyone thinks. What they're scared of is committing to the wrong person. But when you give him both desire in the present and a glimpse of joy in the future, he sees that being with you isn't a cage, it's freedom. Freedom to love deeper, to feel more alive, to create a life that excites him. So remember this the next time he's holding you. Don't just let it be about the now. Plant a seed of tomorrow. Give him that subtle glimpse of the future that ties his heart, his mind, and his vision to you. Because when a man sees his future in your arms, when he feels not only your love today, but your promise of tomorrow, he won't even bother looking at another woman. Why would he? He already has the present he craves and the future he dreams of all in you. We've uncovered the secret words that, when whispered while he's holding you, can melt away his defenses, anchor his heart, and make him see you as the woman he could never imagine letting go of. From showing him you're his safe place, to reminding him how much he excites you, to admiring the man he is, to teasing his passion, and finally, giving him a glimpse of the future, you now hold the keys to his deepest loyalty. And here's the truth, it's not about manipulation. It's not about saying magic lines to trap him. It's about aligning your words with what men crave on the deepest level, to feel desired, respected, excited, and inspired by the woman they're with. When you give him that combination, you don't just win his attention, you win his devotion. Because when a man holds you and hears these words, his mind stops searching, his eyes stop wandering, and his heart whispers, "This is it. She's the one." So the next time he pulls you close, don't just enjoy the embrace. Use that moment. Breathe life into it. Whisper the words that will echo in his mind long after the hug ends. Because once he feels that, he won't look at another woman. Why would he? He already has everything he could ever want right there in his arms. Now it's your turn. Go make him feel it.